Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again a second time today. Today's date is December the 20th. I originally did the pound CAD at the top here, pound CAD and the Euro CAD. Then I decided to do the next high impact news, which was at 9:30 using my golden trigger system. Let's take a look at that news right here, Friday, December the 20th, here at 9:30. If you watch my previous video, 8:30, I did the core retail sales. I decided to do the Parliament Brexit vote, which was passed, as you can see. So passed would be good for the country. And the pound, which means we're buying the pound. And this is what I said even 45 minutes before. I said it looks like the pound is going to continue going up. So let's take a look at the charts. I picked two pairs that I just decided that look good, not only look good on both of these for buying purposes, but I took the trade. Now the news came out at right here at this time. So I got in the trade, let me see, 9:30. Took the trade just prior to that. As you can see here, 9:24 and 9:24. Exactly what I said. Looked like it was going to continue to go up. So that means we're buying both the pound CAD and the pound yen. So let's start with this pound CAD. Open it up. I got into the trade just prior to the news. Now it did go against me approximately about 20 pips and finally took off for 40 pips I got here. No particular reason. I just closed out, but now we're getting signals down here to close the trade. So I got out a little bit before I got the signal to close the trade. So that produced on this pound CAD right here, 40 pips gave $3,028. And if you remember, I can drag and drop this pound CAD up, this one in here, to show you this run. I did this trade earlier, if you remember, which was about 30 pips. Go watch the video. And that one, of course, actually, I did the pound CAD twice. This one, 30 pips, produced 22.62, and this pound CAD produced 3,028 on the second run. And all along here, it constantly kept telling me, my golden trigger system, to buy. This is a perfect example of a great way to trade, which is what I teach in the training videos. Before the news. Sometimes I get the timing a little bit off, but I know that it's going to go. Should have just waited for a bit of a pullback. But I wanted to get in the trade before the news, so I had to take the trade, because I just didn't know how fast it would go. And it looks like it's doing a pullback now. Pound is getting weaker, as you can see on the meter, and CAD is getting a little bit stronger. And this is why we're getting a pullback. So let's move on to the second pound pair I did, this pound yen, which is right here. Got in at the cursor. I wanted to get in before the news. Remember, the news was on this candle. So I got in prior. I would have just waited till a minute before the news. I would have got in. Would have ended up making a few more pips, but not a big deal. I got in at this cursor. Now it did go against me about 18 pips, and I closed it out up here with around 25 pips. Right there, 25 pips. And of course those 25 pips in the pound yen paid 22.58. So pip total on those two trades was 65 pips, And of course I have to subtract what I made earlier. So if you do all the math, on those 65 pips, it worked out to $5,288. And if you add that up with the first total on the first two here, this is the grand money total, 92.43 and change. And of course, pip total was 117 pips. I wasn't going to trade anymore, but when I saw everything screaming here to buy, I figured, what's wrong with making some more pips? So, timing was a little bit off, but you still can't complain over 65 pips on the two different pairs. And of course on the Euro CAD, that was over here earlier. Got in at this cursor and I closed out up there with about 22 pips, just to bring you up to date on all these four pairs. So, love trading with the golden trigger here. Now they're both great. If you ask me which one is the best, they're both the best. I look at both of them each day. Golden trigger is great when it's range bound, and the pip trigger is great when for trading when the market is trending. But you can trade each of them no matter which condition. But you just have to decide which one you like more if you decide you want to actually grab one of them. So if your trading is not producing like my trigger system is producing on a daily basis, all you got to do is look right below this video and you'll see this right up. It's a golden trigger system. I do charge $250. It has 3.5 gigabytes of training. I remember spending a lot more than $250, and you would only get 2 or 3 videos, very little. So I believe in giving a lot for your money. So you will get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. It'll look exactly like this. If you need help, I can help you. It does come with 4 MT4 templates, 9 custom indicators, and of course my favorite currency meter. I give a ton of PDF books and also a lot of Word documents. Included in one of them is the $1 Million Trade Plan, which I mentioned dozens of times now, where you turn $1,000 into $1 million in less than a year. Just follow the instructions. So, due to the fact that there's a lot of ways to trade, I decided to teach a lot of ways to trade in 36 training videos along with 9 bonus videos. Now today, for the second time, I traded the news. Now also I teach how to trade with a day job, how to trade the goal line, how to trade the channel, that's the most important one, how to trade reversals and pullbacks, how to trade all 3 sessions. So no matter where you live, this trigger system will work great. And of course I teach how to trade the London close, how to scalp the market, how to scan the market, and of course how to back test, which I do every Saturday and Sunday, up to between 6 and 8 hours. It will speed up your learning curve. You can go through 6 months of trades in about an hour, just depending on how quickly you can go through the charts while you're back testing. So you can speed it up months ahead of the schedule, help you to become a successful trader much faster. I give a lot of great trading tips, and of course my most favorite one is a great way to trade, where you're using the AO and the goal line, and I teach you exactly this way to trade. It works like a charm. Only mistake, like I said, I should have got in across the bottom here. So not a big deal, 20 pips, that's just the way the market moves. Could have just as easily it kept going up. So that's the way it is, and I love trading with the golden trigger, and I'm sure you will too. And if you have any questions about the golden trigger and or the $1 Million Trade Plan, very easy for you to pick up the phone or to get in touch with me. Just call me. If you live too far, just shoot me an email. Remember, there's an underscore here, right here. Same as my Skype ID, there's an underscore right here. But this is, I made it very easy. Just click on this link and we'll have contact. And through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session. Now, it could last 45 minutes or more, just depending on how many questions you ask. Usually by 9, the time right now is 11 o'clock, but usually I'm done between 9 and 10. But I decided to do the this second high impact news, which it ended up turning out fantastic, and it's a great way to end the week, as today is Friday. So now if you want to see all my trigger systems, since I've been building them, there's 25 of them, and there's 13 of the newest ones that I've been working on for a little bit more than a year. All you got to do is click on this link and you'll see many screenshots. And if you'd like to see a review of my best 2 trigger systems, just click on this link and I'll break it down. As I mentioned earlier, PIP trigger is great for trending, and the golden trigger is great for when it's range bound. They're both great. One works just as good as the other one. It just depends on which one you prefer. So that just about wraps up this video. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading.